Welcome back to the Culture of Currency, where we went ahead and put in our order for August, and because we wanted free shipping, this will be for August and September. Right here in this box, this is going to be the premium stuff, so that we can compare it against bullion and all that kind of stuff. And remember that we only spend about $100 a month to prove that you can do this too. So roughly in this box is $200, which is 2 months worth. But before we get to that, will you believe it? One of you sneaky viewers, you decided on this amazing Apmex deal that they had last week that you were going to buy me something and send it in the mail. And one of you decided I needed this Route 66 round, which is just gorgeous. I haven't got a chance to take it out and encapsulate it, but as you know, anybody who's willing to share a amazing gift like this deserves it to be in a capsule, even though it's a round. Just gorgeous. And I do love Route 66. I had an opportunity as a little kid to visit Route 66 with the family. We just basically got in the car and drove north till we hit it. And it was a really fun little vacation that we had. It took place mostly in Oklahoma. So how cool. And yes, I get my kicks on Route 66, as the great Nat King Cole would say. So in this box, once again, we have Apmex, who has just an amazing amount of variety. And so we're going to open it and see what I got. Remember that if you're a channel member, you already know what I got because I put it in the Discord that we have for our channel. Alrighty, so I got my invoice out of there. As you can see, we have a bubble mailer full of silver. We'll go ahead and get to it. I guess we'll just get into whatever. Alright, so from the beautiful nation of Rwanda, as you can see here, there's the Rwandan coat of arms, which is just gorgeous. I have an in-depth video over this coat of arms if you would like to see it. Rwanda is my favorite African nation when it comes to bullion. And yes, I ordered this as a random year. And if you want to know what this cost me, it was $36.73. Yes, and spot at this point was, I believe, you know what, let me look it up. I have it online, but I did not write it down here. All right, so spot was $29.27 whenever I purchased this, and I spent $36.73, which I know that's a high premium, but what we've seen over time in our data matrix is that these are still selling for more. So what year did I get? It looks like a 2020. Fantastic. And when I actually look down at the bottom, I see that this is the Mayflower. Hello, America. How cool is that? So this was a random shot in the dark, and we end up with a Mayflower, which is just beautiful. So let me know in the comments below. I feel like I should capsule this. I know they come in this kind of vacuum sealed vinyl, but I have also seen people who have these, and I don't know if it's this material or what, but it kind of damages the coin a little bit. So I'll probably still opt for throwing it in a capsule, but let me know what you think in the comments. Boy, is that a gorgeous coin though. Let's go ahead and get our stage set up. So there's the Rwandan Mayflower right there, and their nautical series. Gosh, they do amazing things in Rwanda. All right, next, this one comes in a capsule, which I love, by the way. Sometimes we think about Apmex and you're like, oh, well, they always have high premiums or whatever. Well, you also need to think a lot of their stuff comes pre-capsuled, which is $1.19 on a lot of websites or somewhere around that, because I've bought them before. Here we are. There he is, Charles. Let's go ahead and get a zoom on him. As you can see, we're talking about Australia. This is a very important one here. Once again, spot was $29.27 on this. And if we look at the back, this was $39.85, by the way. Looky there. We got him. This is one I really didn't know if I was going to get my hands on or not. I wanted it, but didn't know if the opportunity would arise. And here we are. As you see, we have a kangaroo, a koala, and a kookaburra. This is the 3 most influential series coming out of Australia, basically, in the kangaroo, the koala, and the kookaburra. And this is an anniversary coin. As you can see, you have your start date and current date right here. And if you look right over here, you see P125, and that means the 125th anniversary of the Perth Mint. What a gorgeous coin that is. They still have them available, so if you're wanting one of these, Apmex is the place to get it. How am I doing so far? Not bad, huh? I got some pretty cool ones, haven't I? All right, up next, another that's been pre-capsuled, which we love. This one, I also didn't know if I was going to get my hands on. It's one that I really, really like. I paid $37.25. Remember, that spot was $29. This is about an $8 premium. Judging by the obverse, you already know what it is. This is in the lunar cycle. What's cool about this obverse is it rotates around Her Majesty. And now we're on the dragon at the top. And so we know this is the year of the dragon from the Royal Australian Mint. I've already got one from Rwanda, and I thought this one was just too beautiful to pass up. Look at that. It is just fantastic. Fantastic. So we'll add him to our stage over here. I want to know in the comments, when you've seen everything, what are the things that you like the most? Let's go with... Oh, I forgot I got that one. All right. So here, this is from the nation of Fiji. If I can get the focus. There we go. Looky there. So there are a couple of movies that I think are absolutely my favorite. There's only a handful that I think I could watch every single year and love. And those are going to be The Godfather, Lord of the Rings, V for Vendetta, and the original Jurassic Park. It begs the question, just because you can, should you? And this is the 30th anniversary of Jurassic Park. How cool is that? And this was actually, I believe, the most expensive coin that I got of this whole order. And that might be because they have royalties that they have to pay. I don't know. But it was $40.90 on this. So we're talking about $10 or $11 in premium on that. But it is gorgeous. I will have to get it capsuled for you. I'll lay him down right here. And I'll bring it back at the end probably so that you can see him in all his glory. All right, up next. Oh, yeah. Another capsuled coin. Gotta love it. Her Majesty, her late Majesty, I should say. And as you see, this is the years of her reign. It's not just a standard year. So you have the 52 to 2002, which I consider to be kind of like a privy mark because it's the only year that you will see that on these. And this is the first of a series that I have ever got. And this is the emu, one I have wanted for a long time. And the Indian quantity pricing helped me pull the trigger. How gorgeous is that guy? Really cool coin. Really cool series. So I finally got my first emu. I've always loved emu. When I was young, my family had friends in Georgia who had an emu farm. And I always thought that was the coolest thing to see those birds out there doing bird things. All right, we have 3 more coins, which are a little bit different than maybe what you're used to. But I thought, given that I bought this when silver was at 29, it's still pretty high, right before the big dip. I thought that these would be really, really cool things to add, not just to the collection, but also to the channel. So let me get these capsuled up right quick and then we can talk about them. All right, now we're back and everything is encapsulated. So just to take a look at some of the things you saw that were not in capsules. Here is the Route 66 round sent by one of you sneaky viewers. Beautiful there. That will be in the private collection forever, as every gift that is given to me will always be in the collection. And there is the Jurassic Park, which is just fantastic. This is the scene where he roars and the ribbon falls down on him after he has defeated a pack of velociraptors, which looks good on any resume, by the way. Beautiful, by the nation of Fiji, and I'm not positive, but I'll have to check. Maybe part of this video, this movie, was filmed in Fiji. I don't know the answer to that, but that'll be significant whenever we do our grading. Now, what are the last things that we got? Well, I was thinking to myself, I was like, hey, self, wouldn't it be cool, because we have a couple of bucks extra to round out our, $200, if we tried to collect a gym-proof series of all 50 states, and then I get to bring you content about each state, which is great, because if you live outside the country, you might not know anything about, let's say, Missouri, so that if you ever came to the States, it might be a place you want to see. But also, when you're inside of the States, we tend to know our state history pretty well, for the most part, but we don't necessarily know too much about other states unless they were, involved in the Confederacy or Union, or maybe during the American Revolution. It kind of washes out after that. So I thought it would be cool to start a collection of gym-proof silver quarters from the state series, and I have 3 of them today. The first is right here, and I've just put them in these standard coin carriers because they're not bullion coins, and I don't know if I should waste a whole capsule on them, but maybe you can tell me in the comments. And you can see right here, there's a S, if I can focus on it. Come on, guy. Oh, you're so close. You're so close. Okay, there you go. So you see the S right here. That is our San Francisco Mint, which handles these silver proofs. Beautiful. This one is the, the state of Mississippi. Mississippi, and check out those magnolias. That is their state tree / flower. It is a gorgeous state. I have been through Mississippi more times than I honestly remember. I know I have been there more times than I have fingers and toes, and so anything after that point is just up in the air. I lose track. So that being said, this will be one of our highlighted states. I'm going to try to get all of them, though, so if you live somewhere else, eventually your day will come. Here's another one. So you can see we have our S mark right here, gym proof. It is a gorgeous guy. And this is going to be the state of Michigan. So you Michiganders will have your moment in history. It's that oven mitt right here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You see those Great Lakes around it. The Great Lakes state, it makes sense. They kind of hug this beautiful state. That is going to be an exciting one. If you have things that you would like for me to highlight of these states, then let me know. And the last one, which is one of my favorites. In fact, this one, shockingly, was designed by Mr. John Marcanti on the back, or the reverse, which is rare. He is the American Silver Eagle guy. Gosh, that's just pretty to look at. All right, so we have the state of Louisiana. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know 2 things about me. 1, I'm a Cajun, and 2, I have an affinity for that bird right there. It's an unhealthy relationship, but hey, at least I know it's there. That is the pelican, and we're talking about Louisiana and Louisiana Purchase. We see the trumpet up here bugling some jazz, I'm sure. So that is going to be a fun one for me, and hopefully for all you viewers. So today, to recap, we have 2 months worth of beautiful silver that I will be able to bring to you. We have the Route 66 round, which was sent by a viewer, and that is just fantastic, by the way. We have the Australian Emu. We have the Perth 125 anniversary with the koala, the kangaroo, and the kook. We have the Mayflower in the nautical series from Rwanda. We've got the Lunar dragon from the Royal Australian Mint. We've got a beautiful Jurassic Park 30th anniversary from Fiji. And we have 3 gym-proof silver state quarters in Michigan, Mississippi, and Louisiana. That is what we have. You let me know in the comments, though, which one is your favorite. If you could only have one of these, which one would you pick? Or maybe which one do you hate the most? I don't know. I just like to hear what my viewers think. So that is what we have for you today. As always, please remember to stay classy and current with the culture of currency.